clap, but it'll work.
It'll work.
He'll line it up in post.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey guys, my name is Tave. Welcome back to my channel. This is my podcast called Slash Your Friends, where I will be bringing in friends to talk about just stuff. So I have a very, very special guest today. She's actually the first ever straight person to be on the podcast.
Oh my God, that's exciting.
And fully white, fully she, her, and fully straight.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm like the token friend. Don't get me canceled. This is the one thing I will say. Do not fucking get me canceled on this shit.
You're not going to get canceled. Nobody's going to. If anything, the Pope is going to get canceled because they pulled up as the Pope. That's so disrespectful. Like, let's unpack that. But we won't. But anyways, this is Lexi.
Hi.
Lexi and I went to school together, but y'all don't gaff about that.
Let's get into it.
We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk about the turkey in the room. Happy Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but we love. You know
what? There's some good food at Thanksgiving. Some.
What are your top 3?
I'll be honest. I do like the cranberries. I like the jelly cranberries.
Ew,
I know.
my sister loves. I don't think I've ever tried it. I love ham. I like honey baked ham, but I don't really like ham. Is too fleshy. It's giving like eating a person. Like it's too much. How do you like your steaks? Well
that's
done.
A good point. No, not.
Oh,
well
you like
done.
the medium?
I like medium, but like a ham is like a different like. It's like very fleshy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What is it? What animal does it come from?
That's a pig, girl.
What body part? How do they make it that shape?
That's actually, I don't know. Wait, is it the stomach? No. Is it its back?
I'm going to get
what is
grossed
the
out
bone?
thinking about it. What's
the bone? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the ham bone.
It's like the big one right now. It's probably, I think it's like the back spine. Maybe it's a spine. We're not going to get in. Sorry to the vegans because I got some vegan viewers out there. Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
These are vegan.
These
aren't real turkeys.
Yes, these are vegan. But I love ham. I love mashed potatoes. I love I actually love all of the side dishes more than the actual turkey. I think if the turkey is not dark meat and if it's dry as fuck, I'm good on that.
Yeah. What's your opinion on stuffing or dressing or whatever you call it?
We call it stuffing, and I think the stuffing, if it's dry, not touching it. If it even looks dry, I'm not touching it. It needs to be good all up in there. It needs to come from the turkey. There's some people that don't like stuffing comes from the...
I don't. I'm sorry. My Nana stuffing is good.
That's gaggy.
It does not come from the turkey.
What?
I don't know.
There's no juice.
There is juice. I don't know what she puts in there. It's good.
What juice is in there? Because I don't think she
cranberry juice. No, she doesn't. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, no, I just fuck with a lot of like the outside stuff, actually. But anyways, we wore the turkey hats because why not feel festive?
Yeah.
Because,
we're actually wearing them in protest.
We're actually protesting, correct, of Turkey Day. It's actually not called Thanksgiving Day. It's called Turkey Day on this channel.
I posted I want to say on Instagram when I was like in high school, like Happy Twerky Day.
Twerky? Girl, did they eat you up or no?
At the time, I think it was cool to do that. But looking back...
and girl, you would post that today, I feel like.
I kind of would. I have no media literacy when it comes to things like that.
Oh, so I don't know if you watched the last episode. Did you? It's okay if you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I talked about how my mom got hit by a car and I have to do a PSA to my father. It's about to get a little serious. So not actually though, like it's a key. But I posted a clip of how my mom got hit by a car. And the very first sentence I said in that clip was my dad cheated on my mom because we saw it. My mom's a real ass bitch. I'm like real ass bitch talking about my mom. But she's a real ass bitch. She posted it to her story to support her son. Guess who slid up? My dad on her story and was like, what the fuck is he talking about? He doesn't know anything. This is 20 years ago at this fucking point. Yeah, so he was like, why is he even talking about my business? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, first of all, Dad, if you're watching this, which I know you're not.
He might be now.
Hi, but I'm going to talk about stuff that you traumatized us with. Like, what? Like, it's not that serious. It's a little funny. But guess what, Dad? I'm going to be talking about what you did. Because he also said that he didn't know I was in the car. 20 years ago. Because he tried to deny it still. Isn't that gaggy? How are you going to deny cheating on my mom? Y'all have so many different kids now. Well, he does. Maybe I'm getting a little nasty with it now. but the storylines are different. So, like, how is he still denying it 20 years later? Isn't that gaggy?
I'll say this, right? Similar situation, right? Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say about my parents, for as much as they fucked me up, and everyone's parents fucked you up, whatever, taking accountability and like owning their shit has really made such a difference. And like I've been able to forgive and move on so much faster than if they just have never owned up to it or anything. And so if you're out there watching, I love my dad a lot.
We haven't seen each other in a couple months.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Every time I see Tave, it's like, we're going to 888.
And we might after this.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
that's where we're going. I'm here for a job, actually. I was recently let go, laid off, in other words. And so if you guys know anybody who's hiring.
She's not getting paid for this gig. This is charity work, unfortunately. For the time being. When this blows up, each person will get $10 an episode.
$10
imagine. No. Yeah, let's talk about your go-go juice. Like, let's just jump into Lexi's go-go juice.
Okay, so about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was addicted to... I don't want to say the brand name because they're big and they're from Austin, but I was addicted to some type of like caffeine powder. And we'll refer to it from this point forward as go-go juice, okay? So I was addicted to this go-go juice, right? It was just straight up caffeine powder. I was putting it in like everything. And I mainly started it to get through my master's program, but then I was like, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything without this caffeine powder. Like, it was like bad news. And Tave was kind of the first person that was like, this is like a problem. We went to this witch market in Austin. So I picked him up. I was like, hey, we're going to this witch market. He's like, okay, like whatever. And as we were driving, I was starting to lose like the vigor in my eyes. Yeah, I was kind of losing my shit. And I was like, as soon as we pulled over, I was like, excuse me, I had to go to the back and I like chugged the go-go juice. And then I was normal. I was like happy. I was myself. And he was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, that's my go-go juice, whatever. So that's kind of a little bit of like what was happening. I decided to take a really cold, hard look at myself when Tate was like,
wait, could I like hop in from my POV of this? All I remember is Loki already blacked it out because I was scared. But we were in the car and like, it was hot. We lived in Texas. Like, you were like kind of tweaking out while you were driving.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
You were like, I need it. And I was like, you didn't say that, but it was giving that vibe. And I was like, bro, what? And you told me, you're like, can you grab the juice? And I was like, yeah, I was behind you were driving. I gave you the juice while you were driving. You do not remember. I could be making this up, but I feel like this happened. I feel like
this is right.
And we were in the passenger seat. We were almost to the witch's market or whatever. And you're like, dude, give me the juice. Like, it's right there behind me. It was like, I looked behind the back seat and there was like 3 bottles of like, to describe it, it looked like the Fortnite slurp juice. Like, it was 3 water bottles of like, mind you, like crinkly water bottles, like reusable ones. And there were 3 packs of
ass,
juice.
Motherfucking neon ass. Like, shit you should not put in your body.
And so then I gave it to Lexi. And like I said, Lexi was tweaking low key. And I gave it to you and you were happy. Like, I was like, what is this?
I remember this now. Yeah. I've also blocked it out
so then we got to the witch's market. And then Lexi immediately got out of the car, went straight to the back seat and just Loki just chugged more. And I was just like, okay, cute. And it was so hot that day. And then we went to the witch's market. And I feel like I didn't realize I didn't tell you it was maybe like, hey, I think until we left. Because when we got back in the car, I think you like finished the bottle.
Yeah, I needed another one.
And I was like, dude, what is this?
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and you were like, there's not that much caffeine in it. It's maybe like a couple cups. Bitch, it was like 4 times the amount of what we thought.
800 milligrams for 1 serving. I was literally drinking 4 of these a day. Okay, so then I had surgery back in April and I was like, okay, I'm going to get off caffeine completely. So I was caffeine free for like 3 or 4 months, like genuinely like coffee, everything. And that's kind of like the way people like socialize now. They're like, let's get a coffee or like let's blah 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 blah. I was drinking caffeine-free Diet Coke. You know how fucking gross that is?
Is that like the tan ones?
It's the gold one. Nasty.
Are they good?
And then I went to a wedding and I was like, oh, just 1 cup. And then now I'm back. But like I'm normal again. Like I try not to drink because then I got addicted to the Celsius. It's a whole thing. I think caffeine is an addiction, obviously. Anyway, moving on.
Well, it's literally an addiction.
Like, it is an addiction, but like I was like abusing it, I think.
I feel like you've gotten down. The go-go juice is like low-key like a 30 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then you've stepped down.
I literally made you reach behind it as I'm driving, like losing my shit.
It was like a Juul. But honestly, I support that over a fucking Juul.
Yeah.
Do you Juul?
Never in my life. Like I'll look down on people who do that. The go-go juice.
Go-go juice is like you didn't know. Like that's a natural addiction.
I wish we had a color palette to show them like how fucking green it was.
It was like kind of like this but a little lighter.
Like that.
The viewers that play Fortnite, it's Slurp Juice. Yeah. Like they know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that is?
I play Crash Bandicoot.
What the hell is that?
And Spyro.
I've heard of those. I just don't know what those are.
That's all I play. Oh, and Mario Kart. And Super Smash Bros, whatever. But like nothing else.
Okay. I don't think there's any. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, if there's anything blue. It was just blue. Okay, so at Thanksgiving, obviously, my whole family's from Cuero. This is no more family drama. Actually, Thanksgiving was really fun. We celebrated early. Sorry, my bad. You're like, wait, what?
I was like,
we celebrated
he's having
early.
one of those moments. Okay.
All my family basically is from Cuero, which is where I'm from. And this can segue into what we're going to maybe talk about in a second. But Cuero is like a really nasty, scary place. And that is where I have allegedly seen the aliens. Basically, this town is super small. I've already talked about it before. And there's no, I don't know, but there's no planes. There's no helicopters. There's nothing. It's just a fucking town. There's barely any streetlights. And I was at my uncle's house. It was like 2 a.m. And obviously, low-key, I hit the fucking dab 2 hours before that. 2 hours, but I was high as fuck. And for some reason, I feel like when I was younger, like when anyone's younger, my mom gave me her car and my grandma lived a minute away. I was like, I want to drive. Like, fuck it. Don't have no license, but I want to drive. My uncle's house was really creepy and I just didn't want to stay there. So I get into the car. And what's interesting about this story is, I'll tell you in a second. So I'll tell you my POV because there's others apparently. But I get into the car. This whole interaction happened maybe a minute. I get in the car. I pull out. And all I do is I drive forward. And all I can genuinely remember of what I saw was as if we're making this life size. If you have a flashlight, you shine it at the ground, and it's just like a really big beam, like a circle.
Right.
Kind of like low-key, like that light. Okay. And there was this big circle right above me. But whenever you look in the sky, you see stars are really far away. No, bitch. Like, this was like right there.
Right.
Like, literally, like, if I was in the car, it was right there. And so I just looked at it. Also, the scariest part was everything was silent because it was so fast that I didn't turn on the car radio. Right. I didn't plug, my Bluetooth wasn't connected yet. I just was getting in a car. And I remember I just looked at it and it was right there. And this is where it gets scary because from what I remember is that it like kind of moved like as if a flashlight would move.
Right.
Like obviously a helicopter would be like zzz, but no, it was like very abrupt and it moved like from side to side very abruptly. I didn't say a single fucking word. I pulled my ass right back in that fucking parking lot or parking whatever. I go inside and I stay up until 8 a.m. because I was genuinely so fucking scared of what the fuck I thought I saw. And I remember, I think I told so this is the gag. So I brought up the story to my mom and my sister at Thanksgiving and they both were like, that's not what you told us. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not a person that exaggerates, truthfully. Like, I'm going to say it how it is. They apparently said that, I don't even know, bro, they took my mind. Like, I literally can't even remember. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but they said that I said that I felt something like really cold and that it's going to sound corny, but I saw things like moving all around me. Not like scary movie, but I saw like wind moving and that they swear that the light was like moving really fast. And what the scariest part to me was that I just don't remember ever saying that type of story. And they both said that I said the exact same thing because I was scared. I like told them next day, like, Mom, I think I'm getting abducted by aliens. They're going to follow me. But they both said a story that was completely different from what I remember is what I think is a little creepy. I didn't explain it the best way.
No, you did. I understood what you were saying.
But long story short, they said something that I said that I don't remember experiencing, which
That's
is scary to me.
Yeah, that is interesting.
How do you feel?
Was that the first time that you had heard that your story was different?
Yes.
And that was something that freaked you out.
Yes.
You were like, that's not
I
how
played
I've
it
ever
cool.
told it before.
Yes, I played it cool on Thanksgiving because there were literally children around, but I was freaking the fuck out because I've told this story multiple times. I think I've told you this before.
Yeah.
But this is the gag is I told my mom, my brain is weird and I am paranoid, so I felt like if I told somebody, they were going to come and get me. That's the thing is they said that I told them that. They were like, apparently the next day I told my mom what the story was and I was scared they were going to abduct me. And if I kept talking about it, that they were going to come take me. Like I was talking crazy, obviously, because I'm fucking paranoid. The scariest thing was I just don't, like whenever I was telling them that story, they were like, that's not what you told us. See, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah. It'd be different if they were telling a story, but they said that I said something different, which is the scary part.
And how many years ago was the first time that you told the story? Like 10, 15 years?
It was right when it happened. Girl, I'm not 30. Like what?
No, I'm saying that like how old were you when you first saw this?
So this story I told them the next day. So this happened probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Okay. It wasn't that long. And this was the first time I've ever talked about it with either of them since I told them, which is the scary part. Right. Like obviously I've keyed about this other people.
What do you think, in your opinion, like what do you think has been, what do you think happened? Do you think that What do you think?
I think that what I saw was that light.
Right. So you think that what happened was the way that you told it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's scary because they said I didn't
That's
say
right.
that.
That is very scary.
I'm like, did they take me, bitch?
I don't know if they took you. They might have. The thing about that is that, like, okay, we'll jump into it. I'm not an alien expert or an aficionado at all. I think I mentioned it before. I got my master's, and for my master's thesis, like, I'm a filmmaker. We had to pick like a documentary. It was like a non-narrative program, so like documentary type stuff. And we had to pick something, and I've always been fascinated with like the spiritual. I have my own podcast called Bright Lights Beyond, which talks about near-death experiences, and just like I've always been like obsessed with the kind of like supernatural, spiritual, like out of this world, otherworldly stuff. And I did my master's capstone on ufology, which is a study of UFOs or like aerial phenomenons in our airspace. And I learned a lot when I was researching this because I interviewed a lot of people who are like very high up in organizations like MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network, CUFOS, which is the Chicago Institute for UFO Studies, things of this nature. And I did a lot of research on the United States government involvement in UFOs, which is what they call Project Blue Book. So shows like Twin Peaks, shows like X-Files, like that's what that's cool. All based off of. So I did a lot of research into those things. I came away with some really like interesting thoughts about aliens and like extraterrestrial life and ufology and all these different things. And so when I hear stories like this, it's just like, it's very interesting. And I always like to know like what you think happened because like, you know, perception is reality. So like what you believe happened is more likely what you like actually happened. Like you can talk to these people who are like alien people who believe they've been abducted and they really believe it. So like you're inclined to like, that's what they really believe. So like they've really been abducted, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm always interested to hear how people who have experienced supernatural, alien, aerial phenomena, etc., believe what has happened. What do you think it was? Do you think it was a UFO?
I don't know. I always think about it because I know Cuero. I know nothing ever flies in that fucking town. Right. It was 2 a.m. It was quiet. And all I remember is just the feeling I felt. Right. I felt super tense.
Yeah.
And it stopped me quite literally in my tracks. And I just remember just looking at it. And like the best way to describe it is that it wasn't far away.
Right.
And if it was something realistic, like if it was a helicopter, if it was an airplane, why the fuck would they literally be like, basically, it felt like it was at somebody's 2-story rooftop.
Right. Right.
And just thinking about it, there's nothing that realistically would have been like this circle of light, pretty much like right there. The feeling was that like, it was just, realistically, like if we're laying down the facts, what was that?
What was that? And
what was that? Do you listen to that?
Who is that?
Girl, don't piss me off.
Who is that?
Lord. Not too much on Mother or MB. I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's that one where she's like singing?
Oh, shh. That one?
Yeah. Love her for that. I like Lord. I like her first album, Pure Heroine.
Yeah.
Doy.
I love the last one. I don't remember what it's called.
Sun, where she's like jumping over the little sun thing, or no?
That was the Sun one. Ooh, I'm not giving good Lord. I'm not like a diehard Lord fan. Okay. I like love Lord though.
Now we've caught him in a lie.
Virgin. It was the album. Anyways.
I will tell you my theory, and I believe that you probably saw something, whether it was something unexplainable, right? At the very least, whether it was government testing or extraterrestrial life. You saw something you couldn't explain, and that is worth talking about and getting to the bottom of. If you don't like UFOs, you don't like aliens, you don't believe that shit, I just will caution you to try to think about, like, if you were Tave and you saw that, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? And you'd want to get to the bottom of it, right? And so that's why I'm like, whether you believe it or not, there's fucking shit that we don't know what the hell's happening above our head, girl. So, period. I will say I have some new theories about aliens, about who's here, etc. You ready to hear them, or do you want to hear them?
Yeah, let's go.
Do you know my previous opinions on extraterrestrial life?
You told me a long time ago, like a year ago. I don't remember.
Okay, so basically when I was doing this report, and like I said, I've been obsessed with this stuff for a long time. I watched Twin Peaks. I've seen the fucking X-Files. Like, I like this shit, right? When I was talking to the people who are in charge of these literal organizations that get money, that do things, right, that are like reporting UFO sightings, etc., people who worked in the government, like you know US Navy, the biggest thing I can take away is that aliens, they're not just one type, right? First of all, there's like probably 12 dimensions that we all like are in, right? There's not just also one type of alien. There's like tall grays, you got the Nordic, you have little greens, like you have these different characterizations, which sometimes you don't think about it. You're like, oh, the aliens are just the alien. You don't think that there's multiple types, right? That's number one. Number two is that Earth, where we sit in our galaxy, in our Milky Way, right? The galaxy that we're in is the Milky Way. We're in what they call the Goldilocks zone, which means that our water can freeze, but it can thaw. We're in the perfect position to be away from the sun and the way that the moons rotate in order for us to have living life, right? Like running water, basically. Jupiter has frozen rain. Mars has like, fire rings. Like our Earth is in the perfect position. It's called the Goldilocks zone for a reason, right? What I think is that aliens are here not necessarily because like, oh, they're just trying to like take over the planet, but because Earth and humans have accelerated at a speed which they've never seen. You look at apes, right? Primates have just entered their Stone Age, which means that they've just figured out how to make a pulley system. They've just been able to get the wheel going, right? And we did that thousands of years ago. We learned how to make fire, etc. I think aliens are here because we as people were able to advance so quickly. I mean, look at the Industrial Revolution. From the Industrial Revolution 200 years ago to now is like we have fucking robots, right?
Yeah.
That's what I initially thought, right? Like I really thought that they were here for people. What I think now is that they're not here for, we don't give a fuck, we'll mind control them, whatever. It's Earth. Somehow they're trying to tap the raw Earth material like they do at Blind Frog Ranch and all of these different Earth, like our surfaces, they have some type of metallic properties about the sand, about the core. No one's been able to get to the core of the Earth. Like the magma is so hot that nothing's been able to get under there. So I now think that it's not the people that we're a fucking dime a dozen. Fuck us, right?
Yeah.
It is actually the Earth itself. That is Mother. And that's all I'll say on that. And they want Mother. They want to know why Mother is working the way Mother's working.
I do believe that if they wanted to come and kill us, we would have been dead.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
They're probably here. As corny as the jokes are, and I'm not trying to go into like the Illuminati side.
That stuff is scary.
People say that they are here. Like,
yeah,
they're here, and they don't want anything to do with us. And I feel like if they wanted stuff to do with us, it would have already happened.
Yeah.
The people that claim they get abducted, is it that they want it or that they choose people that they don't really want?
Have you ever seen the Steven Spielberg movie called, I think it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
No.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Have you ever seen it? Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
No.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
That movie, okay, listeners, viewers, slashers, you have to watch this movie. It's so fucking good. It's like after Jaws, like he's such a good director, right? It is so interesting because the way that he talks about how aliens abduct, probe, investigate humans is so to the book about what all the findings of people who have been abducted or feel they've been abducted are. Flash burns, like flash burns, like getting sunburned, right? Memory loss, time jumping. Like there are different things. And that's when you were talking about how like you don't remember like what was happening. You spoke different things like time jumping. They have telekinesis. They have things.
Oh, hell no.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do believe like all of it is textbook. It's the same kind of thing that I talk about when I talk about near-death experiences. It's like if everyone's experiencing the same fucking thing, there has to be a reason or a rhyme to like why they're doing it.
We've never talked about this, but what is a near-death? I've listened to your podcast and I feel that maybe I missed like the first season or whatever where you really explained what you were doing.
Yes.
And I tapped into the later. But what is it? Like, why is that important to you?
Okay, so let me get into this, and I'm sorry I keep talking the whole fucking
time.
I'm
genuinely interested. We need a little educational episode.
Now that I've low-key been teaching, I'm like a little bit like, everyone, here's class is coming.
White professor, she, her, straight, boom.
I'm looking for a job, though. So if you guys have anything, please.
Not perfect, anyways.
Not perfect. So I have this podcast called Bright Lights Beyond. I started it out of wanting to, do a podcast on something that I was really interested in. Going way back, right? Went to grad school in Chicago, wanted to do a podcast. Somebody approached me. They're like, hey, the school needs somebody to do something. Will you do it? I said, okay. Thought about what I find really interesting. The summer before I moved, I had watched this show on, I believe it was Discovery or Paramount. And the show was about death. And for me, personally, death has always been like something that's like really scary because as a kid, like I had night terrors and like we can talk about my haunted house. Like I've been haunted, bitch. Like I've seen ghosts, like the D word, like all that shit. Like I don't fuck with that. I'm like straight up haunted. And so from 7 to 10, I didn't sleep like pretty much for a whole year. I would pace up and down. Like I have bad anxiety. And a lot of it comes from death anxiety or like just fear, right? Like I'm tired. I'm in completely run by fear, and the biggest fear to me personally is death. I grew up like Catholic, like went to Catholic school, like all these things, and Catholics have a little bit, I think, like a better relationship with like spirituality. Like they're out of the like Christian religions, and it's like I consider myself culturally Catholic. I don't know what I believe now. So I'm watching this documentary, and there was one episode where they talked about near-death experiences, and there was one story in particular that really stuck with me, and it's kind of sad, so like get your tissues out. And I may tear up, but it was a mother talking about her daughter. So her daughter had passed away, but her daughter had cancer from age like 8 to 11. And then she went into remission. So she was totally free of cancer. And then, but she was kind of stunted, obviously, because she had been going through chemo and like she was kind of developmentally behind. And she ends up getting cancer again, right, at 15. And this time it spread like way beyond what they could do.
Yeah.
And so she was dying. And her mother was obviously very scared. Like, obviously, your kid's dying. Like, you've been through hell. And you're like, oh, my God. And she was obviously having, like, horrible. I can't imagine as a mother to, like, I don't know, your kid's dying in the other room. But something brought her great peace. And this is what happened. She was going to, like, change the bed sheets or something on one of the days before her daughter had passed. And she heard her daughter laughing and talking. And she listened for a little bit. And it seemed like she was, like, talking to somebody, and she was like laughing, and she walked in there, and her mom got scared. She was like, who are you talking to? Like, are you okay? And she was like, oh, I'm here with like Aunt Becky and Jesus. Like, they're sitting by my bed and we're talking, like we're gonna be okay, or something like that. And what was happening is like a bedside vision is like what she was having. But apparently the mom's sister had passed few years later, and
few years later
before. A few years before. And apparently like this was like some way to like usher her in. And so when she died 3 days later, her mother was like, she was just with Jesus and my sister, like she's gonna be okay. And I saw that and I was like, oh my God, like that is just so, I don't know, I was like, that's so beautiful that people can get like some type of solace, and like, wow, like death is so scary, but like maybe it's not the end of things, and like maybe there is a great beyond, etc., whatever. And so after seeing that and hearing about that, I was like, you know what, I want to look into these things called near-death experiences and phenomena, and these are people who cross over and come back, and what they learn, and like how their lives change, shift, like all these different things. So that's the reason why I got into it, because I was like, wow, like death is so final, but there are so many things that can bring peace, and maybe it's not the final ending.
I mean, yeah, as a kid, exactly. Even to this moment, I think I've gotten a little bit better, but I haven't coped with it. Like, I feel like that kind of put you at peace a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yes, it has.
As a kid, I would literally be scared to close my eyes, because this is a straight thought from my childhood brain. Close my eyes, see black, and be like, oh, that's what it's going to be like when I die. So I would not, when I go to sleep, that causes sleeping problems, that causes death anxiety. And to this like day, I've truly have yet, and I don't really want to get into it, but have yet somebody really close to me die.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've crossed that bridge yet.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I feel that maybe I'll feel a little bit better or worse. But yeah, death is something that's always on my mind. I'm always scared. That's my number one fear. Death in many forms, obviously, like plane crash, elevator crash,
and it's like
but
Final
it's still
Destination
death.
shit. I'm like on the highway, and I'm like, imagine if the fucking semi broke in front of me and we all exploded, like a tire popped.
I do think, and I don't know anything really about near death, and I don't think I've ever, obviously I haven't experienced that because I've never been close to death or had a near death experience, I think. I'm thinking of one time where I did almost die, but it was not like God. It wasn't that God was trying to come take me. It was that my friend Gigi. Have I told you this?
No, wait, I want to hear.
Bro, we were in high school. My friend Gigi. I also we're like talking so serious with the turkey heads. We should have take them off. We should have taken them off.
No. This is live imitation.
But I almost died, I feel, was with my friend Gigi. And I've actually had a lot of near-death experiences, but with people trying to almost kill me. So we were driving in San Antonio. It was like 2 a.m. and we were almost to my house. And this is something crazy that happened that, of course, it was those moments in life where nobody is around. We're in San Antonio. We're not in the suburbs of like the woods, but we're on Vance Jackson, bitch. Like there's cars low-key all the time there. It was 2 a.m. and we're driving down the hill, and literally you're where we were coming from. I'm the house, and there's a hill that goes down between us, and it was really dark. There's no lights. So Gigi just got her license, and this bitch she'll be on soon, but she's not good under pressure, obviously, for what I'm about to say. So she's driving. We go. This is literally the middle of the center of the road, and then there's somebody here.
Right.
Like there's a man, and we can't see. We're like, what the hell is that? And he's just standing there. And I was on my phone, and Gigi goes, tape. And I was like what? And she goes, look. And then there's a man right in front of our car. And we can't hear because we're blasting fucking Lady Gaga at this fucking point. And he's like, get the fuck out the car. Like yelling at us.
Holy shit.
And I was like, Gigi, like, and Gigi, bro, she was dead frozen in her tracks. If y'all do the fight or flight, bitch, she's neither. She fucking froze.
She's freeze.
And she just got her license. And she's like this. And I was like, Gigi, like, drive. Like, and she was like, what do I do? Do I go around? I'm like, no, like, reverse, turn around and drive. And I'm like yelling at her at this point. This guy's like, get the fuck out.
Holy shit.
Bro, I look, and then I didn't tell Gigi this because she already was doing terrible. And I look in like his waist. He was shirtless, by the way. He was Mexican, cholo vibe. I can say that I'm Mexican. Cholo vibe, tats everywhere. And I look at his waist, and he has a knife. And he's like yelling like this. And then I look to the corner of where he's pointing, and there's a pregnant girl in the fucking corner in the grass, pregnant, belly out, just telling him, I think, to like stop. But he's like, get the fuck out the car, get the fuck out the car. And I'm like, Gigi, turn around. We need to drive. We need to drive. This bitch puts the car in reverse. Bro, I'm not even playing. In like 1 mile an hour. We're like reversing out of the car. She's like, I'm like, Gigi, drive faster. She's like, I just got a new car. I can't fuck it up. I'm like, bro, we're literally about to die. As we're turning around, Gigi's literally driving like literally like this. And he's coming at us at this point. This all happened in 30 seconds. He's like coming at us hard. And Gigi finally turned around, and then we got away.
Dude, what the fuck is that? Dude, I would have been like, no.
And then Gigi was like, I'm never dropping you off again. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how are we?
Your fault.
Also, while this was happening, and guess what? When we drove the other way, a car drove down the road. We also were like, good luck, girl.
Yeah.
Because that guy was still down there. We didn't flash our lights or anything.
You didn't say nothing. You were just like, bye.
Like, sister, good luck. We had to experience that. So do you.
Oh my God. Holy shit. No, that's
But
scary
I've
as
never
fuck.
had like a Final Destination moment. But I
That's
feel.
not a Final Destination, girl.
Girl, that's like Michael Myers is in the street about to. That was like his like, what is it called when his awakening or his first kill? Like that was the beginning of a movie. But we got out of there luckily. But Gigi, bro, drove literally. I wish I could describe the feeling of. I'm like screaming at her, and she's just
slow
as fuck. But love you, Gigi.
Gigi, we love.
And she don't want to fuck up her new car. She just got that car actually like.
She's
3
like,
days
I don't want
before
dead
that.
body blood on this car.
Yeah, because I was like, bitch. And also, mind you, we were
I would have
30
hit him,
second
honestly.
away from
I
my
feel like I
house.
would have been way too scared. I would have fucking hit some bitches. Honestly, whatever.
I don't know if you want to talk about.
We can talk about
your
it.
little ghost. You've never told me.
Yeah. I
As
don't
much
really,
as you want to.
I'll divulge because
Yeah.
I believe in a lot of this stuff. So
Or
like,
do you want me to
some
go
of the-
first? Because mine's a little light. But
Sure.
what?
Like I was just saying that like sometimes it's like when people are like, oh fuck, this bitch talking about a ghost, and it's like no, but I believe it. So listen to what I'm saying because I really do that. Anyway,
I've never yucked anybody's yam in that department.
oh girl.
Yeah, that's a new saying. Yuck,
Yeah.
yam, yuck.
Yuck,
I always
yuck,
say
yeah.
it backwards. Though. I'm like, I never yammed your yuck.
I never yammed your yuck.
Did I say it right?
No, I
I
never
don't yuck your yam.
It's yam, but yum. I never don't
Oh.
yuck your yum.
Wait, so I did just
I didn't
make
want
something
to.
up.
Yeah, I like it though. It's giving like okay.
Girl, that's called
yams.
dyslexia. Dyslexia is a disease.
I have that shit.
I truthfully have never actually, I think, experienced like a ghost. Like
Okay.
I've never seen. I mean, yeah, I don't think I've truthfully like
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything paranormal. But I'm not against it, obviously, because I'm not like ignorant or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
Right,
However, not the funniest is, and I'm not. That's why I wanted to go first because I know you're about to say some real fucking shit, and I'm about to say some dumb ass like we played with the Ouija board. Yeah. So I was with my ex, and they lived in like the woods. They lived in a creepy ass fucking house with their family. Like the house was just, their house was nice, but it was a creepy ass fucking arena or whatever the fuck. And they would play with the Ouija board all the time, but they took it serious. They weren't like hee hee ha ha.
Was it like a ritual when they
They
brought
would
it
play
down
all the
and-
time apparently.
No!
Yeah. And their house was already creepy.
That's
They
fucking
already would tell me
weird. The parents played it together. That's
no,
fucking
no,
weird.
no. It's the siblings. There's like
okay,
3 of them.
Still, like, what the helly boy?
One day they finally convinced me that they were saying, let's play with the Ouija board. I was bored. I was like, sure, we'll play with the freaking Ouija board. And again, they took this serious, so take that with how the story went.
Right,
so we put the whole,
weird,
we
weird.
put the candles, we lighted the whatever, we were having good energy. They were literally being like, don't make fun of it, like we have to say goodbye, yada yada yada. The whole Ouija board stereotypes.
The rigmarole.
We're playing with it, girl. I don't fuck with like
dark
I was open
energy
to
or what?
I was open to
Agreed.
doing it, but I knew I shouldn't have done it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I wasn't having a good time. I was not having fun, but I did it because I low-key have a problem saying no. That's just my full tea. I have a really hard time saying no, so I didn't say no. So we do it. We're like having our key, and I'm not feeling the vibe at all, but I'm being cute. I'm not saying it out loud. We're doing it. They're asking questions. The vibe is like tense. It felt like there was dead air. Felt that, and the board was also, they're asking questions. The board's fucking moving at this point. Like, truthfully, we're all holding it with our little fucking fingers. Yeah. And the vibe is there. I feel that I'm smart enough to realize if they were all fucking joking. Yeah. So we're doing it. And then they finally ask it this question. This question will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Oh, goddamn.
All they said was, why are you here? Because at this point, we were asking questions. We were talking to them. We were getting their name, all their spiel. But they were like, why are you here? Like, why are you talking to us, basically? Bitch, it goes T. It goes A.
No.
And then... you know where the V's at the bottom of the board. It was going to V. It didn't go. And I went, guys, we need to stop. And they were like, what? What was it going to spell? Like, what are you talking? And I said, it's
spelling
I didn't want to say
name,
it.
dude.
I didn't want to say it. And so I was like, no, can we please just stop? Like, I'm not having fun. They were like, okay, fine, sure. So we hung up, said goodbye. Yeah. Never spoke about that night ever again.
That's so, I got chills. I got chills.
And every time I say the story, people who are kind of yucking the yams or whatever, they're like, it was obviously like they were making it. And they could have been fucking with me. But at the time, I knew that they took that shit serious. And they knew, like my ex at the time knew that I really didn't want to do that. And that they could take this to their grave. But if I found out that they ever did that, bro, I would kill myself because I took that to the fucking grave. Or I took that to heart that shit was saying TA. I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like, what do you mean, TA?
Okay, but here's the thing. It's the intention as well. Like, regardless if they were fucking with you, it's like, God damn it. Like, okay, my thing, right, about all this. And I want to say this really quick.
I believe that was real, though. I don't believe that to this moment that they were fucking with me.
No, I believe it's probably real. Yeah. And I feel like the thing about what used to freak me out is that, like, I really dove into my faith when I was a kid because I was scared that ghosts. I lived in a fucking haunted house. Like, let's just get into that. I'll just say that right up on the bat, right? I've lived in 2 haunted houses in my life. The house I'm living in now is not haunted. The house I lived in previously is not haunted, but I've lived in 2 haunted houses in my life. The first one was on Topley Street in Euless, and the second one was on Spring Forest Street in Bedford. Google it if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I didn't give you the addresses. You're just gonna have to guess. Okay, and for a long time, my death anxiety and a lot of the anxiety was because I was afraid ghosts were talking to me. And I don't want to sit up here and say that I'm like clairvoyant or have anything, but I do not believe that some people's third eyes are blind, right? Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is that there are people who are more in tune with their spirituality and the spiritual realm. Like I said, there's more than one dimension than others, right? I believe in mediums. I believe in that stuff. And I wouldn't consider myself a medium. But as a kid, I had problems with people coming to me, like voices in my head. And I don't consider myself really, like I've been prescribed. Maybe I'm not going to. Anyway, I don't consider myself like actually someone who has a personality disorder. Like I have anxiety, depression, OCD, which I guess is a personality disorder, but I've not been diagnosed with other types of personality disorders where things like that would be prevalent. As a kid, I would constantly have people like asking me questions and like asking for their help, like in my head, like voices I would hear, which is sounding really crazy right now. But like in reality, like I said, I really believe this. I have a story that my mom said that one time she was showing us a picture book of like her in New York. And I pointed to a lady in a window and I said, "That's my first mommy." What the fuck?
And girl, you were that kid? I never knew that.
And I would sleepwalk really bad. And so I would end up places and my parents were really scared. So they'd have to like lock the doors and shit because they were scared that I would end up outside.
They'd lock you in your room.
Because I would sleepwalk, right? Yeah. And I would say really crazy things like, this isn't my first life. I remember my other mommy. Like, this is not my first family. Things like this. And if you look into any paranormal shit, there's a whole series about kids who, it's called the psychic tapes or something, where it's like all these kids who have had past lives and they're retelling it. So I really do believe this is not my first generation on this earth with this family at all, right? And as a kid, I was saying that shit. Yeah. I lived in a house on Topley, right? We had plumbing issues. Like there was always floods, bathroom, like just never really worked properly. Like always like bathroom issues, water issues. The toilet would always run, etc. And I remember when I was a kid, I would say, Mommy, I saw someone who looks like the guy on the fish box. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I don't remember how it came out, but we were in the store, and I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be a fish stick brand where there was a guy wearing like fisherman, like the white, like the orange, like not orange, sorry, it's yellow and like the hat, you know what I'm talking about? The guy looked like a fisherman, right? And I said, it's him. He's in our house. And my mom's like, what the fuck is this girl talking about? Like, this girl is weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, turns out we were having so much problems and so many things were happening. Like, lights would turn on and off. You would hear things. Like, things would get moved. Things would be smashed, whatever. Turns out they figured out, like, who had owned the house previously. Do you guys want to take a guess on who owned the house previously?
Bitch, do we know them?
No.
Who?
A fisherman who died at sea, bitch. How the fuck would I know that as a kid? How the fuck would I know that as a kid? Like, genuinely. Are
you serious?
Dead ass.
This is something obviously completely unrelated. We will divert a little bit, but transition natural. Truthfully, like, that's why, like, low-key I dissociated a little bit when you were talking about everything, because it was starting to scare me. And I have, like, we're getting a little bit deep, but I'm that kind of person where it's not putting things under the rug. It's kind of like letting it rest. But if those thoughts start to creep back into my head, bitch, I'm gonna fucking spiral.
Right.
And I will start thinking deep fucking scary thoughts. The craziest thing I ever believed was like the earth was flat. Everyone believed. If you were a conspiracy theorist at one point, you're gonna believe the earth is flat for maybe 45 seconds. Mine was like 3 months, and I was trying to convince my friends. I was like, the earth's flat. And they would say, well, how do you know? I was like, well, how do you know it's round? I ate them up low-key though.
The curvature, joy.
Well, because I remember those deep ass fucking. It was during the Shane Dawson era too, of where low-key, if you were there at that time, those conspiracy theory videos hit.
The Chuck E. Cheese pizza
hard. I don't even remember that. What was that?
Remember they take the slices from all the other slices that don't get eaten, and it's not a real pizza. It's like fake pizza.
Yeah, but the thing is, saying that out loud is stupid. We're like, oh, but girl, that shit's scary.
Yeah.
When you were in your room at night watching it by yourself, you're gonna get your shit fucking rocked.
I got so scared about the Illuminati.
Girl, my head's getting lightheaded.
No, I'm like,
talking about all this shit. I feel like Veda. During that time, it was just dark. That was during 2016, by the way, where I feel this is just going to be a whole creepy episode, but I feel that the world shifted. That was when Trump happened and everything. Yeah. Like 2016, it was 2016 to 2017. That's when I was a conspiracy theorist, and I do feel that everything got really dark and scary, and maybe it's because I was really alone. I was alone during that time a lot.
You also were living in
I was living in limbo.
You were floating between things, and I feel like when you're not settled in who you are and stuff, like looking for things and like the things that are granted creepy just in general feel even worse when you're like, holy shit, like I don't.
Because I had nothing else to think about. Like, those deep dark thoughts are right here, girl, right behind this turkey head. And they be trying to come in. That's why I don't smoke weed. I'm clean now because, girl. Oh, this is actually so funny because it's low-key Christmas time-ish. But I think I knew I was not okay when I was like 10 or 11. And the one thing I wrote to Santa the year of 2011. Bro, have I told you this? No. My mom would make us write a letter to Santa, and this is the only year I did it because, bitch, it was serious. I was like, I really need this to like,
what is it?
Come true, or like, please prophesize, literally. So it was during the 2012. I also don't remember if I was only online, but I was terrified of 2012. Yeah, I literally fully believed that 2012 was going to kill every single person. And I remember it's December 21st, 2012, and it was the Friday of my freshman year, and we were about to go on break, and I remember being like, I'm about to die. I woke up that morning and was like ready to die.
You know, just really quick, this is so crazy. My school brought someone of Mayan heritage into the school to tell us that. No,
it's gonna be okay?
Yes. No, and it wasn't even like an expert. It was like my friend's mom. They had to be Mayan, and like she came in and she was like, "No, that's so fucking weird and like racist." Okay, keep going. Very fucking weird. That's fucking bizarre. So
I wrote to Santa. Please, Santa, the only thing I ask for is to not let the world end on December 21st, 2012.
Your mom read that and was like, what the fuck is going on with my son right now?
Right, mind you, I was 9 years old. We were living in like a busted down fucking house. I could have asked for the most expensive gift ever, but I was like,
She
please
wanted
just don't
to
let
save
the world end.
That is actually. I bet she was like, what the fuck.
She was probably like, girl, you're fucking crazy.
No, yeah. Oh my god, wait, I love that. That's very philanthropic of you.
What does that even?
Like you've always cared about the. You've always cared about the.
Girl,
people.
no. In a weird way, it was about me. I didn't want to die.
I was trying to make you look good for your audience. I was trying to make you look good.
No, girl, I don't want to die.
No, I get
so
that.
yeah, I wrote about that, and I think it's one of the funny. And the thing is, I was dead ass though. I was 100% dead ass. I genuinely wrote that one sentence with my full chest and said, "Please don't let the world." And I put that shit in the mailbox.
Yeah.
I wish my mom had that still. So, mom, I know you're listening. Did you ever read that? Okay, so the thing about me is my Instagram is my coworkers who I work in a job where these people are adults. Like, yes, I'm an adult too, but these people are like have kids, they're married, they're like an adult. And I don't know if there's a disconnect with what they see on their reels and what's not. And I had no idea that Instagram did this. I think I've heard about it, but I didn't start using reels until I deleted TikTok a couple months ago. And so I'm like liking all these reels, and bitch, I'm liking the most diabolical shit because I come from the baddies universe to where these bitches, these videos that I'm liking are these girls fist fucking fighting. These bitches are like beating each other up, like come vibes, like literally beating the fuck out. And I'm just like, because that's my culture. Sorry, that's really my culture, and I love that. And I grew up on that. However, my friend messaged me, and she messaged me. She was like, "You liking this is so funny, lol." And I was like, "What?" I clicked the video. It's Ivory from Now That's TV being like, "Ha, fucking faggot," and then like everybody's laughing in the room, and I was like, "Wait, Sarah, what do you mean that like you saw that I liked it?" And she was like, "Girl, like you can see that what your videos, your friends, specifically if you go to the friends tab.
You can just see if you're scrolling and they liked it, your name will pop up.
And I had no idea. And I'm liking the most diabolical shit ever. And I know my coworkers are seeing it.
Now, yeah, that's pretty bad.
I know that these coworkers are seeing me retweeting bitches fucking beating each other the fuck up, like, and I really want to know what they're thinking because I come to work all hee hee haha like I love everybody. They go to the Instagram late at night, their kids fucking crying in the corner, they just made dinner, they're watching TV, scrolling on reels, and a reel pops up with two bitches beating the fuck out of each other. What is going through their head? And then it shows Dave like this. Mind you, full-fledged employee like that. Yeah. I'm like, that's low-key, I feel like I could get fired.
No, but like really, that is so funny because I know it's Bad Girls Club, like people beating each other up.
It's
like
baddies, which is even worse. Bitch, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what Coney 2012 was about, but I was scared.
No, I was like,
wait, can we unpack that really quick actually? Yes. Well, is it problematic or no?
I mean, I think it's problematic, but like as a kid, we're like, Coney 2012 was like something that's like guys going around the like internet, right? Being like, oh my God, like Coney 2012, whatever. I think it was all a scam, or I'm talking out of my ass, like, please don't clock me, Comey or Coney, whatever, Coney 2020, whatever the fuck. Yeah. But like, genuinely, what the fuck was that?
To this exact moment, I still don't know what that was, but I've already touched on it. I was already thought we were dying in 2012. Right. And then when Coney 2012 came around, I was like, double homicide, bitch. Like, I'm fucking dead. Like, is it going to be in May or is it going to be in December?
Is Coney going to abduct us?
I think what I remember the thoughts because I refused to look into it because I was so deep in the 2012 to where I felt the Earth's tectonic plates fucking shifting. I truly felt that I was like, something's shifting. But I didn't even want to get into the Coney 2012 debacle because I was so over it. But what I remember, what I thought it was that he was going to come up to my door and take me and kill me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it was. People bought
bracelets in support. I don't even remember what it was.
I told my mom to buy me one because I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that same time period, actually. We were living in the... I don't even need to say this. We were... Actually, low-key, I'm going to set the scenario. We were living in the projects, and I come home from school. I don't think I've actually ever told anybody this except for my mom because I came in freaking out. So we were coming in. No, because look, these kids traumatized me. These are like teeny. Okay, so I'm like 7. I come home from school, my backpack, hate my life, yada, yada, yada. And I remember that there were these 2 teenagers. They probably realistically were like 16, 17. But to me, as a child, they were like adults. 50. So they come up, they're sitting on their sidewalk. They look normal. They walk up to me. They're right in front of my house, mind you, like on the curb.
Right.
And they were like, hey... So do you believe in God, yada, yada? And I was like, yeah, I don't remember what I said. I was like, yeah, I believe in God. Then they go, well, we can give you a free baptism. And if we give you a baptism, you'll be good. You won't go to hell and you'll be good. Like, you'll have to go to church every day. And if you don't go to church, you're going to hell. That was a key point. They're like, but we'll baptize you, like you'll be blessed. And I guess as a child also had a hard time saying no. So my ass, bitch, I'm 2 seconds away from my house. I see my front door. I don't know where the fuck anybody else actually is. So I'm like, sure, like, yes. So then we go in the playground. We walk behind my house and we go in the playground. These bitches bless me. They're like throwing water on me and they're blessing me. I'm literally just sitting there in my backpack like this. Cause they're like, close your eyes. Shit. They're like, close your eyes. We're blessing you. It's a boy and a girl. And then I don't know if it's because I was gay or whatever, but they were like, bless, bless, bless. And so then I'm done. They're like, you're baptized. Like, you're good. God loves you. And I was like, okay, cool. And they're like, listen, the thing is, if you don't go to church every single day, you are going to hell. They said it straight to me. And I was like, fuck. I'm going to have to go to church every day, bro. So I'm like, trying not to cry. I'm like, okay. And they kept emphasizing. They're like, if you don't go to church, God's going to hate you. You're going to burn in hell. They were telling me this shit, bro. And I was eating it up. And I was like, fuck. All I kept thinking in my head was, I got to go to church tonight. I was like, we're poor as fuck. And I'm like, how my mom going to drive me to church? I was like, we have no way to get to church. I don't have a church outfit. All this shit.
Oh my God.
So then they're like, bless you. I go inside. I would love to know if my mom remembers this actually. And I go inside. I'm like, Mom. And she was like, what? I was like, I just got baptized in the backyard. She was like, what? I was like, I got baptized in the backyard. And she was like, okay, like, cool. And she was like, and I said, we have to go to church every day or else I'm going to go to hell. Bitch, my mom was like, yeah, like, we're going to go to church every fucking day because that bitch was trying to get me to go to church. I think as a kid, this whole episode is very on touch. I believed that shit. I believed if I did not go to church that night, I was going to go to hell. And guess what? I didn't go to church that night. So, but who the fuck were those people? Again, small town. I don't know who these people were. Do you think that
they were being for real or fucking with you? Because I don't know if they were fucking with you.
Have you seen the movie The Strangers? No, where it's a house abduction.
No.
And these people mask come in and they're like, why'd you do it? And they're like, well, because you were home. It gave that I was just walking home.
And they were like just.
It gave, looking at it now, it's giving that they were just teenagers. But if they were fucking with me, they were good ass fucking actors. Because they weren't even giggling on this. They attacked me. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a cough. Why did I cough?
Oh my God, you doing that just reminded me of something, but we don't have time for it.
No, we do.
No, we don't have time for it. When I was hexed to Mexico City by a bruja, no, we don't have time for it. She took my hair. I'm not fucking with you guys. I had to do spiritual cleansing. I had to go to the apothecary in Dallas and get a fucking other bruja to give me the fucking shit because I got fucking hexed.
You got a bruja to do the other bruja and like even it out?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
Fucked up.
I truthfully think that these people were either really good actors or they were just fucking with me, which is both of what you just said. But in that moment, I believed everything they were saying. I was happy I got baptized. I don't know why, bitch. No, I'm not religious. I was like, okay, I'm baptized. Like, God, don't fuck with me. Like, because I was already thinking those thoughts of I'm going to die. What's going to happen when I'm going to die? It was weirdly aligned. I'm not trying to get creeping myself out, but it weirdly aligned with the time period of my life where I literally was scared to death. I thought I was going to already go to hell. Then these people came along. No, these were fucking aliens. These were aliens. Lexi, who were these people? Think about it. Everybody in Cuero.
The thing about aliens, the thing about spirituals is like what they say about dogs. Dogs can smell fear. If you are weak in spirituality and you're scared and if you're scared and you really are fucking afraid of that shit, the way that spirits and the way that energy will find you is insane. As someone who's an anxious kid, not being able to sleep, whatever the fuck, them D words, them ghosts, them bad nefarious fuckers, they will find your spirit and they will find a way to weasel a way in. And that's what they did. They saw you walking and they're like, what the fuck with this kid? Not knowing that this is going to be a massive trauma for you, right? Like not knowing that, but like,
it low-key was, and I always think about it. It instilled fear. Because literally, obviously, it washed away with other stuff.
That is so fucking weird.
But like, I literally, for years, thought I'm going to hell. Yeah. Like, I'm going to die. I was like, I'm already going to hell. Fuck it. I'll be gay, too now. I mean, I already was gay, but I was like, fuck it.
Add it on. Add it on.
Could you lightly do the bruja story?
Brujadilla? Okay, sure. Lightly. Over the summer, I went to my best friend's bachelorette in Mexico City.
This is last summer, like 20.
No, this was this summer.
Oh, so like a few months ago.
It was July 17th. I had learned about luchador, right, and lucha fights, and I was like, we have to do this one experience, and it's like they were like, this is the most Mexico City experience you'll have, because we were doing like excursions, we were doing stuff, but I was like, we need to like go to luchador. That's where lucha libre fighting started. So we went to this like very authentic like tour guide. So we were at this place eating, we were drinking mezcal, we're doming mezcal. And I'm telling you, it's like 7,000 feet above sea level. So we're fucked up. Like at this point, we're so drunk. And they basically were like, Lexi, you can't drink anymore because they won't let you into the lucha libre fight, whatever. So I'm coming out of the bathroom, right? And I don't know if you know this, but if you've seen Weapons, this will make sense. But this is before Weapons came out. But this is because it's part of
like something
witchcraft.
stemming. Yeah.
Your hair holds a lot of value. That's why, like, when you get your hair cut, and when I get my hair cut, I always make sure that they throw it away, or they, like, I have to watch it go into the trash so they don't take your hair, because it's a part of you. And, like, that's a very prominent in witchcraft is
hair.
I'm coming out of the bathroom. We're all fucked up. We're all drinking, whatever. We're in Mexico City. And I turn around and some lady grabs my hair, and she, like, takes some, and she starts laughing. I was like,
oh hell no.
No. And I'm drunk.
You already were seeing.
I'm drunk and I'm also fucking crazy. Y'all have heard these stories. I'm fucking nuts, right?
She got the
I'm
wrong
like,
one, low key.
No, I was like, holy fuck, right? I was like, oh my God. And then I like turned to my friend, she's getting married. She's like, oh my God. I was like, the lady just touched my hair. And they were like, it's okay. And I was like, no, she touched my hair and laughed at me. Like looked me in my eyes and she laughed at me. And they were like, Lexi, it's like not that big of a deal. I was like, I don't know. So I try to like let it go, but like in my side, like as spiritual as I am, I have a cousin who's actually a witch. I end up having to text her, right? But go through the night, whatever. On the plane home, I start to feel really sick. I come back, I have a double ear infection, and I have COVID. I get really, really sick, right? Like very, very sick. And it could be because I'm just like genuinely ill, like traveling, drinking, whatever, weakened immune system. I can't remember what all happened, but like a couple of things started to happen where like bad luck was happening. My Nana had fallen and she broke like 4 places in her arm. Like there was another thing where it's like my car, I got a flat tire. Like I was like, there's some weird shit happening. I ended up starting to think, and I was telling my cousin on the phone, I was like, dude, I don't know, like I've been having really bad luck recently. I don't know what's going on. And then I said, actually, I remember like when we were in a market, some lady touched my hair, and as I was saying it, I started to choke. I'm not fucking with you. And this is what scared me straight. I was like, I couldn't breathe. I started to choke. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get the words out. Are you dead?
Who was with you when that happened?
I was on my phone with my cousin Elena. Call her up.
And
I was like, I like could not talk about it. And I was like, what the fuck? Immediately picked up my phone, texted my witch cousin. She was like, you need to do a cord cutting spell. You need to get black pepper, put the salt between the barriers. And also because they were from Mexico City, that's a specific type of magic, brujeria. And so I reached out to my mom's friend who doesn't practice, but she's Catholic. And a lot of in Mexico City, and like not to like culture fucking explain, but like it's a mix of like native cultures and religions, and then also Catholicism. And so I reached out to someone who practices brujeria. That is, they said, put an egg under your bed in lukewarm water and bring an egg to church and get it blessed. Obviously, I did all of that shit. Obviously, I took a raw fucking egg to church, went to the priest, had to bless the fucking egg in my pocket, like went to a full fucking mass with an egg in my pocket, put that egg under my bed, went to the apothecary in Dallas, shout out the apothecary, my girls, got all of the stuff, black pepper, rosemary, thyme, did all this shit, did the cord cutting ceremony, did the protection ceremony. And whether it's a placebo, who knows? Whether I was actually cursed, I don't know. But thank God, I feel as though the curse is gone. I don't have any more problems. But that did happen, and it was very bad.
Y'all low-key had a mother off. Y'all had a mother off, and you won.
And last thing I think we should do, Tabe, running your podcast.
It's okay.
I think we should talk about who we'd have at our Thanksgiving table. Just because we're wearing the Thanksgiving hats, we talked about how we don't fuck with the holiday, but we love
family, friends.
We love family and friends, and that's what it's all about.
Do you want to go one by one, or do you want to say like
how many people are at the table?
Okay, are we talking about like celebrities or like actual families? Like what are we doing?
That's the hard part, right?
Let's do a cap of 6.
Each?
Yeah.
Or we're
6. Oh wait, are we at a table?
No. You're at your own table.
Yeah, I want 6 bitches.
I will do 3 straight people, like not like straight like that. I mean like.
You don't want the gays on that side, the straights on this
like,
side.
There's a line. No, I mean like the 3 people that are not famous, and then 3 maybe celebrities, or maybe
I want to run up with the celebs. Like,
Okay.
low-key, I eat with my
Fuck
family
the
every
people,
fucking year.
only
for real.
celebrities, you got it.
But that's me, my table.
No, honestly, yeah.
I think I would have at my Thanksgiving table, I'd have Mikey Madison. Love you, Mikey. Why you got beef
No,
with
I
mother?
don't. But like sometimes table like have her picture. I'm like, is this a friend of yours that passed away? Like it's like shriney. Like I'm like, why is there a fucking shrine? And then I'm like, oh, it's just the girl from Enora. Which by the way, I watched that on a plane.
Girl from Enora is crazy.
I
That's
watched that
the
on a plane.
Oscar winner actress from Enora who was also in Scream 5 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Better Things, and is an amazing person. That is a wonderful name. That her name is Mikey Madison.
I think she's wonderful. I watched Enora on a plane, which is kind of disrespectful looking back, but I was
Bro,
drunk.
the boobs are like in the first
I know,
5
I know.
seconds.
Yes. I was drunk. Anyway, keep going.
So I'd have Mikey Madison for sure. And we're running it up with Megan Thee Stallion. We need some humor there. We need some oomph, some fun. I think I would have Drew Phillips from Emergency Intercom.
Okay.
Because I love that man, and I think he would be a key there. So right now we have Mikey, Drew Phillips, and Megan Thee Stallion. I think I gotta run it up with Ariana Grande. I need to know what's going on in her life. I support whatever Ariana Grande wants to do and who she wants to do it with. With my full chest. I'm gonna get canceled for this probably, but I'm gonna bring Timothée Chalamet. The fuck? I love that man too. I'm bringing Timothée Chalamet as fuck. So right now we got Timothée Chalamet, Drew Phillips, we got Mikey Madison, Megan Thee Stallion, Ariana Grande, and the last person that I think I would bring.
Bring the turkey.
No. Who? Ashley Hollis from Big Brother. She just won Big Brother.
Oh, congratulations.
I feel like we'd be friends. Drew, Mikey, Timothy, Megan, Ari, and Ashley is who I'm bringing to my Thanksgiving dinner. Okay,
so this list is going to be crazy. So first, there's 6 of them, right? I want all 3 members of Kneecap. I want Mowgli Bop, I want Mokara, and I want DJ Provy.
Who are
It doesn't
those
matter.
people?
The ones who know, they'll know. I then want Fox Mulder from X-Files. He's going to be there, but that can be David Duchovny. Doesn't matter, whatever. He's just going to be there, right? So that's 4 already. I then need some feminine energy, right? I want, for some reason, I want Emma Watson. Okay. She just, like, used to love that queen. Like, come on to our Thanksgiving. I think that there would be a lot to talk about. And then finally, a feminist icon, if I can say so. I was like Lizzo.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Wait, but no, she's bad. Like, she's canceled.
No, I think she's fine now.
She's canceled. I would invite, let's see, Aquafina. She's also really canceled. No.
You're just 2 for 2 right now.
No. I want Keke Palmer.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a key.
I think Keke Palmer would be good. Okay.
I don't know what the hell y'all would talk about.
Me and Keke?
No, like
we talk about
the
Sean
other
Evans,
people. Okay.
Obviously.
Well, any last words, Alexi?
Thank you for having me. I love you. This was so fun.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about some stuff. I hope some people were educated. I was educated in not like being corny, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And if you guys have a job opportunity for me, table link up with my email.
I will put Lexi's LinkedIn profile in the comment. I actually will. I'll put Lexi's link
in the description.
Profile in the description. I'll put Lexi's other podcasts if she wants me to.
Please.
And I will see you guys next Monday. Happy Turkey Day, not happy Thanksgiving.
True.
We love turkeys. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.